Good morning, children. This is the lecture for class 9 and the chapter number is 5. The chapter name is Girl, the Fragrance of a Family. So this is lecture number 2, children. Already we had discussed about this story. The story is about Divakar and his wife name is Leela and the name of the girl is Sarika. So these parents, they wanted a girl child. So they are blessed with a girl child and they are the broad-minded parents. They have given their daughter full happiness, full education, rather than thinking that she is a girl, and instead of educating them, we should save the money for her marriage. So they were broad-minded. They were and they have educated a girl child. So this is the story we have already given in the first lecture. You can see from there also. These questions I will give you in the PDF form in your WhatsApp group only. Now today we are going to start from here. Like Divakar was an exceptional father. Why we are calling him exceptional? Because he was longed that his first child be a girl. But there are many families and people who discriminate their children. Many family what they do? They do not allow a girl child to born on this earth. There are family which spend less money to educate their daughters than son. So these are some of the example how there is a discrimination occur between girls and boys. Now there are nowadays because of education, the thinking of the parents has been changed. Now what the parents want, if they are blessed with a girl or whether they are blessed with a boys, they don't feel unhappy if they are blessed with a girl child, because they treat equally both boys and girls. And why they treat? Because of education, they know now that girls are equal as the boys. So what the girls can do, same way the boys can also do. If the girls are able to educate, boys are also able to educate. So if the girls are also able to get education, then what is the difference between boys and girls? Nothing. Only the thinking of the people is that after the marriage, the girls they are going to leave their parents. So what the people think? They think that we are not going to spend much more money on the education of the girls, because they are going to leave their parents, they are going to depart from them after some time. But nowadays the thinking has been changed. The girls, they are equally responsible for the care of their parents. If they are getting married, they have to leave their house, but instead of that, the girls, they are also equally responsible for the health, for the care of their parents during their old age. So because that is the main reason, because the girls, they have to depart their parents. That is why the parents, they don't want a girl child. So now because of education, these all things has not left now, but still some of the families are there who don't want a girl child. So the women discrimination has been originated from different communities due to different backgrounds, but still there are society where the women are not educated and employed at higher post than women. Still this type of societies are available on the earth. Conceptual clarity is important. Conceptual clarity means mentally the people, they should know, they should accept that thing, that girls are equal as the boys are boys. So both girls and boys, they both are equal. Their knowledge, their strength, everything is equal. So a woman is also a human being. What we should do? A woman is also a human being. She is the ultimate gift of God. Boy is also a gift of God. Same way, a woman, a girl is also a gift of God. She need not to be considered superior or inferior to men. Being a human being, she deserves an equal dignity. She cannot be denied. If denied, it is an injustice against the mind of the God, the Creator. So equal love, affection a girl also need, because the girl is also a creativity of a God. Women discrimination is perpetuated through families. The families, different type of families, they have different mindset. So that is why there is a discrimination between girls and boys. Indian states are still in the grip of female discrimination, and that is true. Indian states, especially the Indian states, they are in the grip of female discrimination. There are some urban families with regard to education and freedom, but still our society has been freed from the curse of dowry system. So children, some of the states, they are still following that thing that girls are not like boys, but some urban countries, they has given the education and freedom to their girl child. So the dowry system nowadays, maximum we can say that dowry system, the people, they are not following the dowry system. We have seen a change in that. So nowadays, if the girl is educated, so a dowry system, it is not following nowadays. Now Nicholas D. Kristof says, in the 19th century, the central moral challenge was slavery. The people were poor at that time. In 20th century, it was a battle against totalitarianism. So boys and girls totally equally, they were should be treated. So that is just like a battle in 20th century. Now we believe that this century, the paramount moral challenge will be struggle for gender equality around the world. And we can also see now there the people, they want a gender equality. Even the girls and boys, they also trying to prove them equally. Nowadays what the boys can do, the girls are also able to do everything. If the woman is given freedom and encouragement, what they cannot become? Let us see some examples of great women in India. So we have already studied, children, about Mother Teresa, that she was she has given the care to the poor children, poor women. So she has taught the dignity, the respect to every human being. So there are some examples that are already given in your book. So the first example we are going to take is Indu Jain. Now she is an example of unfit, mobile, feminine strength and courage. She is a renowned name in the entrepreneurship, spiritualism and education. She has held a position of chairperson in the Times Group. She has spread her belief of oneness of humanity in UN at the Millennium World Peace Summit. She was awarded with the Padma Bhushan in 2016. Indian Congress of Women awarded Indu with an International Lifetime Achievement Award. The life of Indu Jain inspires and encourages emerging trend setters and offers them opportunities to shine with their innate giftedness and innovative skills, thus enlightening a new way to the world. She reminds the world, this is very important, children, what she reminds, what message she has given to the world. She has given that message that success is not a bed of roses and to reach the apex is not easy, but do not quit at the time of problems. It has a very strong meaning. So what does this means? The meaning is that success in one night, in one day or in 1 year we are not able to achieve. It takes time to reach the apex. It takes time. Getting success takes time. So what the people do? They quit. If they are not getting success fast, so what they do? They change their path. They quit. And sometimes some mishappenings occurs in the lives of their in the life of the people. So what they do? Instead of fighting with the problems at the time of problem, they quit. and they do not do the things properly. They don't have the patience to get that success. But if we have the patience and we are giving our full efforts, definitely we get the success in our life. So the next, so she is the Indu Jain. She is the lady. She has done everything that boys can also do and the girls can also do. So she is also an inspiring personality which always inspires us. Now the next we are going to study about Chanda Kochhar, a living inspiration to 21st century woman. Miss Kochhar is the managing director and the chief executive officer of ICICI Bank. She is a leading example of today's woman and her empowerment to make the world a better place to live in. She was awarded with Padma Vibhushan in the year 2011. She is among the list of most powerful women leaders in business. She explains the reason for her excellence. At every point, she has given that explanation that how she has got that success. So at every point she is telling that in her life there have been people who have been there before me. They used to encourage her, value and dreams, gave freedom to choose her future. She faced all the challenges and criticism with optimism, courage and humility. So she has also faced many problems in her life, but she has achieved success in her life. Chanda Kochhar is a shining star who inspires men and women. She inspires both men and women to excel in life. How to excel in the life, how to make a perfect balance between a home and work. She is an admirable example to all the women who struggle in life to bend their responsibility as mother. The women, because we have the women, they have the lot of responsibility. They have to struggle hard to achieve the success because they are mothers, they are the homemakers, they do the business also, they are the creator, means the innovator, and they are the dreamers to build the nation destiny. So every work that the man can do, that woman can also do. So this is all about Chanda Kochhar. Now why most of the women brilliance does not shine brightly? Why if women, they also have very good qualities in them, but still they are not able to show them. Why? Because around the world gender discrimination is keeping women away from releasing their full potential and worth. Because of gender discrimination, the women, they are not able to give their full efforts because they do not get any supports from their families. They do not get suitable support, directions and opportunities. Apart from this, lower aim reduces the power of wings from flying high because no one is cooperating with them, no one is providing them the support, the direction, the opportunities. So what happens? The power of their wings decreases, reduces to reach them to the height. So many women of our times have limited and lower dreams because they know if they wanted to do something good, something new. So no one is in the earth or in their family to support them. So what they do, they just keep their dreams limited. And whatever their families are expecting from them, they get stuck with them. So they get stuck with the world of TV, social media, club activities, beauty, fashion, body consciousness, attraction of opposite gender, etc. So all these things happen because whatever the gift God has given them, no one is giving attention for that. So because they also have to spend their life, so whatever they are getting, they are happy with that and they spend their life. So the moral of this chapter, I stop discrimination now. So we should learn from that chapter that boys and girls both are equal. So if we are going to stop that discrimination from today, definitely the further coming future generation, there will be no discrimination between boys and girls. So we should treat them equally. Then only the woman, the girl child can also shine. Now there is one quote given by APJ Abdul Kalam. Let's all girls or women who want to excel in their life reflect and live this quote. This is the quote given by Abdul Kalam. We are all born with a divine fire in us. Divine fire means we all have many good qualities, giftness given by the God. Our efforts should be to give wings to this fire and fill the world with a glow of its goodness. Means whatever the effort, if we apply our efforts, if we support each other, whether we are girls, whether we are boys, if we support each other, so that fire can glow the world. So very meaningful quote is that. So the meaning of the chapter is that the girls and boys, they are equal. We should treat them equally, because what the boys can do, the girls can also do. So children, this video I am going to send in the WhatsApp group, as well as separately a PDF of all the question and answers I am going to send in the WhatsApp group. Thank you children.